To Labor Investing for Tomorrow closing ceremony. I ask that you please stand as we have our invocation by Michaela Smith, one of our 2022 LIFT interns, and then the national anthem and the Virgin Islands March by Ms. Colleen Liburd.
Good morning. Please bow your heads and close your eyes. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you today, and we thank you for waking each and every one of us up this morning. We thank you for bringing us here safely. We pray for the preceding events, oh God, and we pray that it goes according to your plans. We thank you for the people who has organized this event, and we just pray that it all goes well. We thank you, and we ask all these things in Jesus' name, amen.
Forever true. God bless our Virgin Islands. Humbly now we pray, where all mankind can join today in friendly warmth of work and play. God bless our Virgin Islands, beautiful and tall, beneath the sunny sky. Hilltops high hold out a welcome for one and all.
Thank you, Ms. Liburd. You may be seated. Once again, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2022 Labor Investing for Tomorrow closing ceremony. Good morning, the Honorable Tregenza Roach, Esquire, Lieutenant Governor of the U.S. Virgin Islands, the Honorable Gary Malloy, Commissioner of the Department of Labor, the Honorable Derek Gabriel, Commissioner of the Department of Public Works, who is here to represent Governor Albert Bryan Jr., who's unable to make it. I do see we have Commissioner of Licensing and Consumer Affairs, Ms. Evangelista. We will also welcome Ms. Jennifer Matarangas King, who is our keynote speaker today. I want to recognize our Assistant Commissioner and Legal Counsel, Attorney Nisha Christian Hendrickson, our Director of Youth and Apprenticeship, Ms. Shenika Sebastian, Ms. Patricia Cannigator, Director of Human Resources, our dynamic youth team and other vital staff present, and most importantly, I want to welcome and congratulate our 2022 LIFT interns. Please stand and be recognized. Be seated. So today we're here to celebrate your success in completing the LIFT program. We are proud of all the work you have done over the past few weeks. We have received so much positive feedback from our employers regarding your contribution to the internship and their workplace. The overarching goal of the LIFT program is to provide high-achieving college juniors, seniors, recent graduates, graduate students, a glimpse into their careers with the hope of interns remaining or returning to the territory. This year we have one of our largest cohorts. We have 49 dynamic interns, 30 on St. Thomas, 19 on St. Croix. And it's a very selective process to be a part of this program. You have to have a 2.8 GPA, at least 60 credits, and even go through an essay. Over the past few months, I've had the opportunity to get to know each intern. And I can truly say we have the best and the brightest in the room today. And you will also get a glimpse of what I've been able to witness over the last few months throughout the program today. I want to let you know you guys kept me motivated to do this important work each day. So I want to thank you for what you've done for me. I want to take this time to recognize our youth team who are here. Director Sebastian, Ms. Christian, the youth team who are here. Ms. Diane, Ms. Hopkins, Ms. Gums. And I also want to recognize Ms. Trevia Farrell. Everyone should know Trevia. Ms. Farrell joined the team in May and got to work right away and to ensure each participant had a meaningful experience. We began looking at the applications and what students were interested in doing, and even took a step and called each intern to find out more about their future goals. So when we align their internship with what they're studying, so we wanted to make sure they get a meaningful experience. We even created additional relationships with businesses and agencies that we thought would provide a meaningful experience. Thus, the program would not be successful without the support of our business community and agencies. I want to recognize them at this time. If you guys could please stand, those who hosted our students. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. As a former LIFT intern, when I took this position just last year, I wanted to ensure that not only participants had a meaningful experience on the job, but we wanted to curate experiences that would complement their on-the-job experience and connect them with professionals. Thus, over the last 8 weeks, we had professionals like Ruben James, who spoke on the importance of networking. We had Commissioner Anthony Thomas of Property and Procurement, who was our keynote speaker for our orientation. We had Deshaun Spellman of Lyft, the ride-sharing company, who addressed the topic of branding. Mr. Ian Tomlinson, who is here with us today, the CEO of OmniSystem, had an open discussion on turning ideas into reality. We also brought back former Lyft interns to network, such as Owen Roebuck, Mr. Kevin Williams Sr., who is here with us today, Dr. Eric Willie, and we also had Banco Popular conducted a financial literacy workshop. We also had a fireside chat with Governor Bryan and had a candid conversation with him. And we also had interns share their experience on the radio with Mr. Neville James. Additionally, we took over social media, and we had a Lyft social media day. We asked interns to share their experiences so more individuals could know about the program, but also show the value of the program to our community. And interns on St. Croix conducted a community project about the environment and conducted a beach cleanup at the Altona Beach. We also had our elevator pitch competition, and you'll find out more about the winner today. And we flew 14 interns to St. Thomas to have a Lyft Fun Day. And I can say, I know it was really great. And so we want to thank the Department of Tourism for sponsoring that event. As you can see, we kept these interns busy. And the Lyft program is not like any other internship program. As I've shared with the St. Thomas group yesterday, this is a bittersweet moment for me. As I step away from the Department of Labor, it has truly been a rewarding experience of my career to be in this position to develop the future of our workforce. In our division, we say youth and apprenticeship is building the next Virgin Islands, and I believe the future is in capable hands. Today, several of our interns are leaving with job offers and commitments to hire once they've completed their studies. And as I conclude, I want to let you know my commitment to you goes beyond this job. So please don't hesitate to ever reach out to me. It has truly been a pleasure and rewarding experience. I want to thank everyone who made this possible. Congratulations on completing your Lyft program. You are indeed chosen and our future. Congratulations. Now I want to welcome Commissioner Gary Malloy, Commissioner of the Department of Labor, to give some remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon. Good morning, Lieutenant Governor Roach. Good morning, fellow cabinet members. Good morning to the Viadel staff. Good morning to the employers and our sponsors. Good morning to the parents. And most importantly, good morning to our Lyft interns. I'm going to ask you to stand again. We're going to ask you to stand all day. Because today, we're celebrating you. This is about your success. This is about us being able to demonstrate that we really and truly are invested in the youth of today. And this program, over the 33 years, has been able to deliver on making sure that the quality experiences that Dr. Dixon shared with us is all designed to help you to understand that our Virgin Islands, you're a part of the Virgin Islands, born, raised, whether you came here when you were young, or your parents moved, we're all Virgin Islanders. We wanted to make sure that you understand that the choices that you make in terms of your education. So we're looking at your experiences and your passion that you've chosen. We're looking at that, trying to find ways to map you with experiences of our employers to see the real life situations and experiences that help you to decide whether this is where I really want to be, or this is where I really don't want to be, or somewhere in the middle. But all the while, we're doing this so that you could amass your skills, become more confident in your strengths and weaknesses, and at the same time, look at the challenges that these Virgin Islands have. Because regardless of where you live, we're going to have problems. But how we look at them and what we do about them and how we approach them is going to make all the difference in the world. And so we want to be able to make sure that the experiences that you're doing and doing, mapping your learning on your college experience, as well as the practical experience, helps to come and bring everything together, because it's a great thing that we're celebrating today when careers and passion combine. So thank you for taking the challenge and to being a part of this program. You may be seated. I just want to give just a little context. Governor Bryan charged me as commissioner with the workforce development, moving the pendulum and moving this arena. And it's a very difficult space, because a lot of individuals don't really understand that workforce is an economic development strategy. It involves a lot. And this program, programs like the LIFT program, are a key piece of the puzzle in order to make sure that that pendulum swings. So we're doing things and making sure these experiences are in place because we want to make sure that you feel the value, that we're valuing you. You see yourself in this community to be able to help make a difference, whether you're here or whether you're abroad. And that's why we're trying to make sure, we're not trying to bribe you to stay home. We would like you to stay home to make sure that you help us, because we're going to have the problems and we're going to need the great minds like yourself to figure them out. But we also have a strategy that's called Virgin Islands Abroad. And if for some reason that you don't stay here, that strategy that we've built in, and we've partnered with the RT Park so that we can help make sure that we stay in connection with all our Virgin Islands abroad. So when the opportunities do come about, and the companies have opportunities here and they're trying to get individuals, there's a pool that we could choose from and say, listen, well, we don't have these individuals here, but we have a database of Virgin Islanders everywhere that have experiences. And so you'll be contacted in some way, shape, or form for your input. And I just wanted to underscore the value of this program, because that thinking of that strategy came from the LIFT interns in the 2020 time when we were going through our worst time with Corona. We still had the LIFT program. We had 20 students in that, and their task was they started looking at why don't Virgin Islanders come back home? And they did a study. They contacted the EDC companies, they contacted former LIFT students and individuals abroad, and we was able to put together a nice comprehensive report to show that what we're doing with our VIEW system, we're marketing and advertising in one area, and individuals are applying in another. So we were able to look at the information based on the projects that the LIFT students did and made some informed decisions, and partnered with UVI, RT Park, with the Vista Plus system to make sure that we can expand our strategy for Virgin Islands abroad. So I'm just letting you know how important your experiences are for you in terms of going through the program, but it's for us as well, because we're learning from you, and the changes and making sure that this program is better every year comes from the input and feedback from you. So I want to take this opportunity again to thank you for taking the challenge, and understand that the goal is to make sure that you understand how we feel about you and know that you are a part of the Virgin Islands future. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Malloy. We'll now have an inspirational song by Dr. Sarah Gray. She recently graduated with her doctor in occupational therapy. Trying to keep her here. I know Dr. Hunter, this may be someone we need to connect to.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Can you all hear me okay? This mic? I just want to say congratulations to everyone. You guys have made it so far, and there is so much ahead of you still. And so I hope that this song is of encouragement to you, and that you keep pushing forward and you keep doing the hard work that you have been doing, because it does pay off.
There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid. that you are, and there's an answer. If you search inside your soul, the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive when you feel like hope is gone. Look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the sorrow that you felt will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive when you feel all hope is gone. Look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. And Lord knows that dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away. Just hold on, 'cause there will be tomorrow, and in time you'll find the way. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive when you feel all hope is gone. Look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. Yes, a hero lies in you. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. A hero lies in you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Gray. Yesterday we had a great keynote presentation, so I'm looking forward to the presentation today again. So we now have Mr. Rodney Griffin introduce our keynote speaker. Rodney?
Dignitaries, invited guests, the LIFT family, good morning. Good morning. I am Rodney Griffin, and I am honored to be introducing our keynote speaker for today, who is no other than the formidable and adroit individual in the person of Mrs. Jennifer Matarangas King. Jennifer Matarangas King, Vice President of Public Relations and Governmental Affairs, VIA. Jennifer Matarangas King has more than 25 years of extensive experience in key communication areas, including public relations, governmental affairs and training, and development. In her current role, Matarangas King is the primary point of contact for all public relations, governmental affairs, charitable giving, and community engagement for the leading telecommunications provider in the U.S. Virgin Islands, VIA. Working with the senior executive team, she is responsible for the communications and relationships within the community, governmental agencies, and media relations. Matarangas King has served in numerous positions in her 23 years with VIA, including leading the U.S. Virgin Islands cable organization to become the premier cable TV provider in the territory. In January 2005, Jennifer Matarangas King was named President and General Manager of Innovative Cable TV, and she served in the capacity until October 2010. From October 2001 until January 2005, she served as the Director of the U.S. Virgin Islands Business Office that provide customer care for innovative telephone, innovative cable TV, innovative wireless, and innovative long distance. She joined Parent Innovative Communication Corporation in January 1999 as a project coordinator for all of Innovative's chief operating officers and served as the liaison to the ICC Board of Directors. The next year, she was promoted to Manager of Corporate Planning. Prior to joining VIA, she served in the public sector with the U.S. Virgin Islands government. She first served as press secretary for the Governor Roy L. Schneider. She then worked as the public relations director for the vice president of the territory's 22nd legislature, Senator Vargrave Richards. Born and raised in St. Croix, Matarangas King graduated from the St. Dunstan's Episcopal School in 1987. She continued her education at Smith College in Northampton, Massachusetts, and graduated in May 1991 with a Bachelor's of Arts degree and double major in English Literature and Afro-American Studies. She received her Master of Arts degree in 1993 and completed coursework for a Doctor of Philosophy degree in Organizational Communication from Howard University in Washington, D.C. At Smith College and Howard University, she was honored the College Dean's List, the National Dean's List, and she was listed as an All-American Scholar. She has taken professional development courses in strategic planning at the American Management Association and in diversity, authority, and leadership at the AKR Rice Institute, in addition to participating in numerous seminars and conferences offered by the following organizations: American Management Association, National Cable Telecommunications Association, Caribbean Cable Telecommunications Association, and the Corporate Communications International. She is currently a member of the Public Relations Society of America and the National Association of Multi-Ethnicity in Communications. In the past, she served on the board of directors for the St. Croix Foundation for Community Development, Junior Achievement of the Virgin Islands, and the Advisory Board for the Jobs for America graduates. Matarangas King is married to attorney Daniel Matarangas King and has a daughter by the name of Alexis. Let's give a warm welcome to Mrs. Jennifer Matarangas King.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Protocol having already been established, I want to say a very, very warm good morning and congratulations to the 2022 LIFT interns. And I'm going to ask you, like everyone before me, to please stand and be acknowledged once again. Congratulations for you, and while you've completed this journey successfully, I think all of you know this is really just the beginning for you. Have a seat. So today is my second day of being immersed in the LIFT program, and I can tell you yesterday was incredible. I knew about it. I personally did not participate in this year, but I have to say this is really heartwarming because I know all of the hard work that's gone into the program, and it's really showing. And more importantly, I know that after what I saw today, I know that we're in good hands in this community. I want to give special thanks to Commissioner Malloy for inviting me to be here. And I have to say that what we're seeing today is not just the best and brightest in terms of talent that we have, but your team, Commissioner Malloy, you should be commended. Dr. Dixon and Ms. Farrell, you are a joy to work with. You are prepared, you're professional. And so I feel good because I feel that these young people had a chance to see excellence in real time. So it's not just looking for excellence, but also exuding it. So I want to thank your team for all the work that you did to get here. So for those of you who were here with me yesterday, my speech is not going to be the typical speech of, I knew what I wanted to do when I was 4 years old. It won't be that. It will be something else. But I think it will be encouraging because I'm happy for those people who know at a very early age exactly what they want to do, but all of us don't. And I think I'm a testament to you may start one way. You know the meme, this is how it started and this is how it's ending? This is a personification of that. So follow with me. So I hope that all of you had a really fruitful summer and you were fully engaged in this experience. And I will keep using the word experience because I think all of this is about our experiences. It's no longer just about a job or getting, a career. It's about your life experience. We spend so much of our time at work, and we need to ensure that what we're doing feeds our soul, not just gives us money for our pocketbooks, but really feeds our soul, because we spend so much of our time either on the job, preparing for the job, engaged in activities around the job. It's a good portion of our life, so we really should be passionate about what we're doing. So for me, this is exciting because I participated in the summer program in 1988. Don't do the math. Don't do the math. It was a very long time ago, and while it was a worthwhile experience, we didn't have all of this. We were happy for the job. We were happy to meet a few stakeholders, and at the time I worked at the territorial court, and it was a wonderful experience because I gained some experience, but I also met my husband there. That's another story for a different day, but it was a wonderful experience. So yes, we had a chance to learn, but obviously between 1988 and now we've learned a lot about the world of work. And it's very important to have those mentorships, the networking, the experiences. And so I'm really happy to see that you have used everything that you have learned and your team, including innovation. And even, I really have to commend you for working through the pandemic. I cannot express how impressive that is as an executive who had to work in a telecommunications company, keep their doors open, make sure everything happened in the middle of a pandemic. It really, really is impressive that you were still able to keep the program going and really use that opportunity to morph what the program can mean for the participants. So kudos to all of you. So now, so here we are. The summer is over, and all of you, I know, have participated in at least one job interview. At least one, because you're here. So what's one of the most common questions that everyone wants to know when you're being interviewed? Where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? It's a common question. So the question I have for you is, with all that you've done so far in this summer, what are you doing to manifest where you want to go? Once again, this is how it started. This is how it's ending. So think about that for a second. So this experience, was it everything that you imagined? You've been working in school, many of you have degrees. Was it everything that you imagined in terms of, this is my chosen career? So if it is, wonderful, and I know that many of you already have jobs. I think that's fantastic. That's the end goal, to go through this and then to be rewarded. But what if it wasn't? What about that? I'm not gonna ask anyone to raise their hand. But what if it wasn't? What if you started down a path and you realize, that's not really what I want to do? And during that time, as you were pursuing that path, you found something else that was more interesting, that you felt, this really is what I want to do with my life. So I won't ask you if that's happened to any of you, but I can tell you it happened to me. And that's the beauty of these types of programs, because you have a chance to reassess, pause and reassess. This is what I thought I wanted to do, and maybe it's different. And I think it's very interesting because when you think about it, as a society, we ask 16-year-olds to determine what they want to do with the rest of their life. Really think about that. So much happens. So much happens after that. And so knowing my path, I'm a big advocate of asking those kinds of questions. You know, is this what you really want to do? Have you chosen this field because you've heard it's practical or safe? Have you chosen this field because it's maybe what your parents wanted you to do or somebody else? You know, why are you pursuing this? Because you're going to spend a lot of time doing it. And trust me, as someone who loves her job, I'm very passionate about what I do. It makes a big difference. Some days are going to be very challenging, but it helps when you really want to do it so you're able to face the challenges. So, as I mentioned before, I'm the Vice President of Public Relations and Governmental Affairs for VIA. I've been with the company since 1999. And when I started, the parent was just changing the name to Innovative, so I really started under Vitelco. Vitelco Innovative VIA. I've been in this role for 12 years, and I have reported to 9 different CEOs. 9 very different personalities from all over the world. And many people ask me how I've been able to navigate, because the company has changed drastically. We've been rebranded twice. We have gone from local ownership to a publicly traded company. A lot has happened in that space. And I've been very, very fortunate, I think as you've heard in my bio, to, at different points in time, be a critical part of that. So what's the magic? There's no magic, really. And I think the answer isn't in the places that most people assume they will be. So many of you have seen me before. You hear me on the radio. You've seen me at events. The Lady for VIA. Most people don't even know my title. They're just, that's the Lady for VIA. It's funny, which is great, you know, because I think obviously people see that I'm passionate about my work. I love what I do, and I'm associated with a pretty successful company. So many people assume, their assumptions, that I have an MBA, because I was president of cable TV at one point, and I've been in the business world for a very long time. Many other people assume that I'm an attorney, because I often testify before the legislature, and I'm in the regulatory space with the Public Services Commission, and in many cases, I'm a part of the legal team, the regulatory team. So that's a common misconception. I tell people, no, I'm not an attorney, I'm just married to one. There's a difference. So what were some of the things that prepared me for my tenure at VIA? And I'll go all the way back. I'll try and keep it brief. But I started my college education at Smith College. I was an economics major. I chose economics as my major. Why? All the real reasons that we do. I was very good at math. I was an honor student. I was a class treasurer for all of high school, and I ran the school store. Business economics makes sense. So that was the assumption, and I really thought that's what I wanted to do. I went to Smith College and took the economics courses, but I also had so many other interests. English literature, Afro-American studies, psychology, sociology. I found myself really interested in behavior. And in the back of my mind, I started to think about what I really liked. I had won oratorical contests in high school. I loved to write. All of the things that I really loved to do somehow wasn't translating to what I thought I wanted to do with my major. So I switched my focus and double majored in English Lit and Afro-American Studies. So this is where it gets really interesting. I have to thank my mom, because she believed in me, and she was so supportive. She was, you know, head cheerleader for Team Jennifer, because many parents, when they heard that, because everybody else was saying, well, how are you going to eat? English, and what? How is that going to work? She never said that. She said, okay, you're changing your direction. Do you have a plan? And I said, I think I do. And she was all for it. And I really, really am grateful for that, because I think, you know, shout out to the parents who are here today. Your encouragement and your support is invaluable. I don't think you even realize, you know, what it means, because the things that you say can really help to either support your child or set them on a course that you never know how it's going to end up. But I always give my mom credit, because, and some key people close to me who said, do what you really want to do. So I'll get back to what will you do with those majors in a minute. So I changed my major, and in my sophomore year, actually. So I changed my major, but I still had interest in business. It didn't mean that I was going to abandon that. So while I was thriving in school and pursuing the things that I wanted, I was working as an assistant manager at a store that half of you in this room probably have never heard of. I don't think it exists anymore, Benetton. It's a retail store. That was where everyone shopped in the 80s and the 90s, and I was assistant manager at Benetton in Northampton, Mass, and I was gaining valuable management experience. And I was able to get that job because I had retail experience before I went to college. So everything is all cumulative. I did that for a couple of years, and it was a great experience because it was a small business. I worked for the woman that owned the company, and I learned so much about business, inventory, I mean, all of these things. And because it was a small environment, I got a lot of attention. Fantastic experience. I thrived at Smith, and I decided to pursue my graduate degree in organizational communication at Howard University, which allowed me to use all of the skills that I had so far. My majors, I expanded on my interest in communication and behavior, and particularly in organizations and the workplace. I received my master's in 1993, and I continued on my education. At the time, I thought that I wanted to, there are a lot of things I've always wanted to do. Anyone who knows me, I've always had about 15 jobs. That's just Jennifer. Jennifer's busy running around. At the time, I was very interested in academia. So I was, while I was working on my PhD, I was an instructor at Howard University. I taught the Principles of Speech course, which is the introductory communication course. But I was also working part-time, guess what, in retail. I was at Nordstrom, Pentagon City, Nordstrom, and I have fond memories of Nordstrom because Nordstrom is not just any retail store. They are known for customer care, and I learned so much behind the scenes. And you see a pattern with me. It doesn't matter what, if you ask me to move the pen from here to here, I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna move it, what's the message around it. I look at everything as an opportunity. And I went to Nordstrom and I learned so much about customer care, marketing. I mean, their whole business model is fascinating. That was, and of course I made some money, so that was a good thing. I completed my coursework for my doctoral degree and actually came home to gather data for my dissertation. And I had a meeting with Governor Schneider to talk to him about my dissertation. And I have to share this because as I watched the elevator speech presentation yesterday, it was a flashback to exactly what happened. Because the truth is, I went to see the governor. I actually had just been offered an internship to work with UPS on the Hill. I had a legislative internship waiting for me. I was very excited. And I came home to gather data for my dissertation. And I met Governor Schneider, also a HU alum, and to tell him about my research, and I said, I'm going back, and that was supposed to be it. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I guess it sounded like an elevator pitch because I got offered a job. It was the most interesting thing. But I got offered a job, and I decided, I said, you know what, I originally didn't even plan on coming back home at that point, but I thought it was an opportunity, so I did. So subsequently, I didn't finish my PhD, but I think I turned out okay. So I was hired by the governor, and I was there. My next role was, I did a brief stint at Government House. You have to learn about yourself. Politics wasn't for me. It was fascinating, but I realized then it really wasn't for me. And that's the other thing. For me, as amazing as being press secretary sounds, I'm not impressed by names. It has to really move my soul. So it was a good experience. I learned a lot. I met a lot of interesting people. But then I just realized, yeah. But of course, I made a brilliant move because sometimes I don't want you to think that every move I've made has been the right move. So then the next step was to go to the legislature. Well, that was really interesting. But I will tell you, I was very fortunate. I worked for Vargrave Richards, who I still have a great relationship with. That's the other thing. I have a good relationship with all of my former bosses, every last one of them. I always left on a positive note, and you never know. It's a very, very small world, and especially the world I live in telecom. Your competitor could be your boss tomorrow. I have been in real life situations where I'm like, wait, what? That's the reality, so just be mindful. But I worked for Rodney Griffin. We have a great relationship still, and I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot about government operations, the legislative process, all of these things that I didn't realize, 15 years later, it would actually serve me very well in my current role. So all of those things have brought me to where I am today. And I'm very happy because I think the job that I do today is a reflection of my authentic self. All of my passion, you talked about passion, my training, my passion, all of those things have come together to allow me to navigate this very, very dynamic, highly competitive telecommunications space. It's very, very interesting. So to all those people who kept saying, what are you going to do with that major? I can say, thankfully, employment has never been an issue for me. I've been able to transfer from academia to public service to the private sector by using my credentials and all of my work experiences. I have to say this again, all of them. Be mindful of what you are taking in from your work experiences because they will stay with you. And I encourage you to be fully engaged in every single experience, even the entry-level ones, even the unpaid internships, even the jobs you're doing just for a little bit of change, because you never know when your next opportunity will come. I have been offered opportunities minding my own business. You never know who's watching. You know, so you may think, I'm just doing this for right now to put a couple dollars in my pocket. And I can share so many stories of people who went into what was an entry-level position and just impressed everyone so much that they became an integral part of the organization. And when I say I use the skills that I learned from all of my previous jobs, I really do. The skills I learned being an assistant manager of a retail store in college, Benetton, informed the type of manager that I would be when I had to lead an organization at Innovative. Different type of business, but there's some principles that are still consistent. When I worked in retail at Nordstrom, I learned about customer care, and that influenced some of the decisions that I made when I was the director of the business offices at Innovative. And of course, during my time at Government House and the legislature, I learned about government operations and established relationships that are still serving me to this day. So my favorite adage is, if you don't have an agenda, one will be provided for you. Think about that. Did I know what I was going to do exactly 33 years ago when I decided to change my major? No, but what I did know is I was smart, I was persistent, and whatever I decided to do, I was going to do it to the best of my ability. I didn't abandon my quest to receive an education, I just changed my path and my interests. And it led me exactly to the place that I want to be, which is where I am right now. I'm a senior executive at the premier telecommunications provider in the USVI. I enjoy engaging with the community and showcasing the importance of connectivity. This is a very important part of the development of the USVI, and I'm very, very excited about what I do. And I'm also proud to say that I have been a big part of the development of the company that is VIA today over the last 23 years. So, English, communication, psychology, business, it all came together. And that's what you do with an English major. If you really loved your experience this summer, and I know some of you have already been offered positions at the agency or the organization where you worked, ask yourself this question. Do you think that you are so amazing, so productive, so fruitful, and you brought something to the organization in a meaningful way that they will want to keep you? Think about that. I want to tell you about two young men who worked for VIA that did exactly that from the LIFT program. So this is real time. And more recent than 1988, as my daughter likes to remind me, Mom, that was last century. So, and she's right, it was last century. She's not wrong. And I am the mother of a college senior, so I'm sitting here too, beyond this role, you know, very, very proud of my daughter. She's doing extremely well. She's not here, but she's doing very well, pursuing her passion, and she's killing it. So I'm Team Alexis for sure, and so is her dad. So kudos to the parents who are here to support, because like I said, your support is very, very important. And although they're grown, they still need you. They still need your love and support. So I'm happy for those of you who are here, because I can see you smiling and beaming and being very proud, and you should be. So two young men who currently work for us at VIA. One is from St. Croix. Olani Vanterpool came from the Department of Labor. Olani started off in 2011. He was in college, and he made such an impression at the Department of Labor that he came back when he graduated in 2012 to be a program manager, I believe, and he joined us in 2015. Olani has been amazing. He is our chief recruiter for the company. And I can tell, you know, you learn a lot, not just about what you see, but the experiences. Olani was in a critical role, you know, in the middle of the pandemic. You know, the company had to pivot, and there's so many challenges and changes, and a lot of them had to do with employment, safety, health, and he played a key role in that. And, you know, we're just so grateful for him. He's a critical part of our HR team, and I think his experience with LIFT and Labor, we are very grateful to have him. So that's Olani Vanterpool. He's from St. Croix. We have another young man. His name is Arthur Williams, Jr. He's on our financial team in St. Thomas. Arthur came to us in the LIFT program in 2019, and he had just graduated from MIT with a degree in management. He came in brilliant, helpful, just literally the total package. And so before the summer was even over, everyone was figuring out how can we make sure he stays with us. And when I say everyone, he didn't just come to, keep in mind my role, he came to the attention of our CFO and the CEO. And so when the CEO notices you as an intern, so of course we wouldn't let him go. I don't think he realizes he didn't even have a choice. Arthur's been with us since 2019, and he just got promoted to financial analyst, and he has a very, very bright future. So I want to thank you again for the work that you're doing, the LIFT program, really securing talent, but also ensuring that they have the experiences and placing them in the right spot. Arthur has an amazing future, and I see him someday being CFO, honestly. So that's an exciting thing. That's very, very exciting. So in both cases, these young men came in, they had a wonderful experience, and they helped to change their environment so much that we wanted them to be a part of our team, and that's very, very impactful. Finally, today, I want to say, remember that even if you choose not to stay with the organization, this is an important point, I cannot make this point enough, because there's been a lot of interesting stories about that. It's still a part of your work record and a potential reference. And a lot of times people think that the only references that count are the ones that they put on their resume. And I'm here to tell you that if I had a nickel for every single time I got a call from someone who said, this is how the conversation starts, depending on my relationship with the person, hey Jen, morning, hi, how you doing? Listen, I have a resume in front of me. And so-and-so worked at, and because I've been there so long, it could have been so-and-so worked at Vitelco, so-and-so worked at Innovative, or they worked at Via. Do you know them? And then depending on whether or not I know them, I've worked with them, then the conversation continues. But the point is, people are reaching the employer. It's usually someone in HR, maybe it's the CEO of the company. I've had many of those situations. They're reaching out to me, someone that they trust and they value my opinion, and someone who has experience in the company, to say something about someone else. So whether or not you decide to stay with the company, this is now a part of your work record, and you may think, well, I didn't put that person as a reference. It didn't work out, so that's that. Maybe not. But also realize, because there have been situations where I didn't know the person personally, but I asked others. I said, you know what, I don't know this person, but this person was in your department. So it's a very small world. Always be aware of who's watching, because you'd be amazed. It can work wonderfully for you, because there have been opportunities that I wasn't even aware that an opportunity existed, or this person was watching, and I was asked to participate in an event, an activity. I've been offered jobs, so just be mindful of all that you're doing. I think all of you are really on the right path, and as I said before, you're light years ahead of where the LIFT program was back in the day, and I'm grateful. And I'm also very excited, because at the end of the day, I work for an organization. We're always looking for talent. Telecom, that's a final point I need to make. So please remember that as an English major standing before you, telecom is a very, very dynamic place. There's everything in telecom: marketing, public relations, engineering, finance, human resources. Everything is in telecom, so we're always looking for talent. So trust me, I'm already looking through I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And I'm here, I have business cards if anyone wants to talk to me afterwards. I'm not shy. But I want to say congratulations to all of you. I wish you much success in your educational and your career endeavors. And I know that we are going to be in very good hands, and you're going to do an amazing job, not just in the USVI, but in the world. Thank you so much for having me, and have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you so much, Ms. Matarangas King. If you could join me and Commissioner Malloy and Director Sebastian. We just want to say thank you on the behalf of the Virgin Islands Department of Labor for yes. Thank you for accepting our invitation. When Thank you again. So now we're going to turn to the screen for a brief highlight video of our interns' experience.
My experience with the LIFT program has been eventful. We have plentiful networking opportunities and branding opportunities to better ourselves.
My experience with the LIFT program has been phenomenal. I get to meet a lot of professional leaders.
My experience with the LIFT program has been eventful. We have plentiful networking opportunities and branding opportunities to better ourselves.
My experience with the LIFT program has been phenomenal. I get to meet a lot of professional leaders in the Virgin Islands.
My experience with the LIFT program has been eventful. We have plentiful networking opportunities and branding opportunities to better ourselves.
My experience with the LIFT program has been phenomenal. I get to meet a lot of professional leaders in the Virgin Islands.
So this is my second year in the LIFT program, and it has been a tremendous experience. The workshops, I really can't complain about them. This is like the most important part to me because I had to learn more about different things. As one we had last week Friday about building credit and stuff, that was highly beneficial to me since I didn't know much information about building credit.
Well, while working at Beeston Hill, I've learned a lot from the physical therapist there, and I think the most impactful thing was seeing how a patient can come in like not being able to move, walking on like crutches, using a cane, and leaving like a completely different person.
I want to say the most impactful part of this LIFT program would be meeting the governor in person and being able to make him aware of some of the struggles that our local farmers have been having.
I love this question. The most impactful moment for me was engaging in the mixer and panel discussion. I got to meet and greet with fellow LIFT interns such as myself and past LIFT interns as well.
My expectations for the LIFT program was for this program to be a simulation of corporate America, like what I would go into after college. And this program has met my expectations. It's actually superseded my expectations because not only do I have to attend work from 8 to 4 every day, but I also have to set aside time for workshops and traveling opportunities and networking. So it's multifaceted.
The things that surpassed my expectations was actually the activities that we've done, the programs, meeting new people like the professional leaders here in the Virgin Islands.
My expectation for the LIFT program really was to just, yes, the mixture and network and stuff and work, but you guys over exceed my expectations really with all the media time and most of the media time really. It was above my expectation. I didn't expect this much media time, honestly.
I definitely think I feel more prepared because I tend to be a little shy and timid, and within the workforce I gained more confidence in myself and interacting with co-workers and possible clients.
I do feel I'm more prepared with having to adjust on the fly, like not always having a clear schedule in front of you and having to accommodate certain requirements as they come.
I feel it's important so that young Virgin Islanders, they could see like there are opportunities on island for us. We just have to go and actually seek them and put ourselves out there to achieve them.
I think it's important for the community and the government to invest in the programs like the LIFT program and anything that labor has to offer, because the children that they're investing in are the future. And we are the future community and the future government officials.
So I highly recommend anyone that wants to join the LIFT program.
I would definitely encourage anybody who is eligible to apply for the LIFT program to not only gain hands-on experience, but to gain real-life experience with employers, your co-workers, and your supervisors in front of you, not only just at your job site, but like in the community, you know, those who you have to respect outside of your workplace as well.
I would encourage more students to participate in the LIFT program because you get to see whether if your degree is really for you or not. And you also get to see hands-on how your future would look like.
So I would definitely recommend the LIFT program to my peers because it has really given me a great internship experience and has helped me to really figure out like what I want to do and what physical therapy means. And if that can help another person who's like confused or not sure what they want to do, I think this program is perfect for that.
Yes, I will be returning back to the Virgin Islands to work. The market is here for me as a large animal veterinarian, and being the only homegrown large animal veterinarian, it would be a blessing to be able to work for my community and my family for the rest of my life.
I'd like to thank the Department of Labor and the LIFT program for giving me such a wonderful and amazing experience. It has really helped me to solidify what I want my career to be and what physical therapy means to the community.
Thank you so much to the Department of Labor and the LIFT program for allowing me to have this opportunity to gain hands-on experience in my career.
Just want to say thank you to the LIFT program. This summer has been a wonderful experience and I wouldn't mind doing it again next year.
Thank you to the Department of Labor. Thank you to the LIFT program. It has been a wonderful experience. The money good, the experience good, the vibes good.
Overall experience. So thank you to all those who participated. So now we're going to have some testimonials from our current LIFT interns just about their experience. So Ms. Ashley Martinez, who was placed with the Territorial Hospital Redevelopment Team. You could join us.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashley Martinez, and I attend Kennesaw State University, where I'm a rising senior pursuing a degree in architecture with a minor in construction management. And this summer, I had the wonderful privilege of interning with the Territorial Hospital Redevelopment Team, also known as THRT, under the leadership of Mr. Darryl Smalls. THRT was put together to redevelop structures in the hospitals in the Virgin Islands that were compromised due to Hurricanes Irma and Maria. The team is charged with the redevelopment of the Juan F. Louis Hospital, Roy Lester Snyder, Myra Keating, and the Charlotte Kimmelin Cancer Institute. This was a wonderful opportunity for me. It provided me with a group of co-workers who became like my second family. From day one, I was welcomed by everyone and treated as an equal member of the team. Through my internship with THRT, I've got to work directly with project managers, construction managers, and civil engineers. I've gained experience in the areas of practice management and project management. I learned about property and procurement, leadership, bid proposals, contract negotiations, as well as different IT systems. And I was fortunate to have the opportunity to sit in on meetings with contractors as well as architects and engineers. Basically, I learned what is involved with getting a large-scale project off the ground. You see, in school, we're only taught from an architect and design perspective. So I really enjoyed this experience because I saw not only from the lens of an architect, but from a construction manager and project manager. I really saw how a project is put together from many different fields. And then there were times where I saw what I was learning in school being applied to the project. So it was really a tremendous opportunity. One of the highlights of my internship was getting the opportunity to travel to St. Thomas on different occasions to work with our St. Thomas team and do site visits on our St. Thomas projects. The LIFT program gave me the opportunity to come back home and learn from some of the leaders in my field. It allowed me to see that we do have opportunities in the construction industry right here in the territory. I've gained a lot of knowledge from the workshops that were offered to us, which range from branding to finance. And having the opportunity to do radio interviews and have one-on-one discussions with the governor was a tremendous opportunity. Through LIFT, I was able to gain mentors. I would like to take this opportunity to encourage young Virgin Islanders who are pursuing a degree in construction to consider coming back home and seeing how you can benefit and give back to your community. This experience has made me a well-rounded individual, and I hope to one day be able to give back to my community. I would like to thank Governor Bryan, Commissioner Malloy, the Department of Labor, Dr. Dixon, Ms. Farrell, Mr. Smalls, Ms. Burden, and the entire Territorial Hospital redevelopment team. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Ashley. Ashley's like Department of Labor baby. I just want to take this point of personal privilege to recognize Ms. Rona Martinez. She was the Chief of Staff for Commissioner Albert Bryan. When I was always interact with her, she was always pleasant, always helpful. So I want to just thank you. So that's Ashley's grandmother. So now we're going to have Joshua to share a little bit about his experience.
Morning, everybody. Okay, so I just want to say first, thank you to Dr. Dixon, Gary Malloy, Ms. Trevia Farrell, and the entire Department of Labor for granting me this opportunity to work at the wonderful Department of Public Works this summer. I want to say thank you to the Commissioner of Public Works, Mr. Gabriel, the Assistant Commissioner, Ms. George, my supervisor, Mr. Haldor Farquhar, and Ms. Rivera as well. They made sure that I was engaged in meetings, projects, everything that Public Works has to offer, I was there. As Mr. Gabriel always says, is Public Works on the go, right? On the move. Because I was on the move every morning. We're out to Paul E. Joseph Stadium, going to Union, Washington, make sure the road projects are going well. And it was just a wonderful experience. I really can't complain. And I wouldn't mind doing it again next summer. For the Department of Labor now, as in the video, the workshops were just so amazing. Like, I can't thank them enough for it. It helped me understand a lot more than I already knew. And also the media time. I've never had this much lights and cameras in my face before. But it helped me build my own personal character and helped me better with public speaking. If it wasn't for them, I would not be able to come up here and do this. I would be shaking in my seat right now. But I just want to say thank you to everyone. This summer was wonderful, and hopefully I'll see you guys again next year.
Thank you, Joshua. So as we said, we couldn't do this without the support of the businesses. So we do have two individuals who are going to speak on their experience with the intern, Mr. Darrell Small from the Territorial Hospital Redevelopment Team. Mr. Smalls.
Good morning, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to come here this morning. Lieutenant Governor, Commissioner Malloy, Jennifer, I could call you Jennifer, we interact many times, and to fellow cabinet members. It's truly a blessing to be here this morning and just to listen to the various testimonies that I've been able to sit here and listen to. I really listened to what you said, Jennifer, and I could relate to a lot of the similar experiences growing up here in the Virgin Islands. The opportunities that you have here today for internships to learn, we didn't have that back then, and it really started with passion. You had to have passion for what you wanted to do, what you wanted to become a part of. My career here in the Virgin Islands is very interesting as well. I had just finished school in 1988. Don't do the math. I had just finished interviewing with Philadelphia Electric, Columbus Southern Power, had no intention of returning to the territory at the time. Hurricane Hugo hit. My dad had an electrical contracting business. I came home with a duffel bag with 2 weeks worth of clothes to go back. Then I got offered a job at the hospital. I said I was going to do it for a year. Then I said I was only going to do it for 3 years. I was only going to do it for 5 years. I was only going to do it for 10 years. Going through 6, 7 different CEOs during that tenure. Year 15, I said I was going to leave and start my own business. I had my own electrical contracting business. And then I got a call from then a newly elected governor, and I became the Commissioner of Public Works for 8 years. And here I am back at the hospital to help rebuild the hospitals. When Ashley was introduced to me and told me about this program, I said this is a wonderful opportunity that, one, we did not have. As Ashley indicated, from the day she walked in the door, she was thoroughly immersed in every aspect of what was taking place with the Territorial Hospital Redevelopment Team. She mentioned a number of the areas from procurement, construction, legal, finance, everything, because what I felt it was necessary for our younger folks to immerse them in every aspect of what you're doing, to help them to find their passion, to find what they want to do. And like you said, if you get into an area that may be not what you want to do, you need to find that passion. And once you get it, the sky is the limit. English, ironic, I listened to that. English is key. Being able to publicly speak, and the opportunities that I've heard individuals say today that you couldn't get up in front of a crowd like this. Me too. When I started the first radio interview that I had to do, I had to read a speech. The public relation person for Government House at the time, after I read that first speech, he said, "You're passionate about what you do. We don't want to see you with a presentation in front of you again." And from that day, it's just been about public speaking and taking the opportunities. You're not always well prepared, but once you're passionate about something and you have the knowledge, you can speak on anything that's presented before you. So all I would like to say is, to the class of 2022, congratulations to each and every one of you. Your future is bright. There are great opportunities here in the Virgin Islands. And one thing that's different that I see from doing an internship on the mainland versus here. Here, you're going to be thoroughly immersed in every aspect of everything. Whereas on the mainland, in most instances, if you go into an internship, you're going to be focused in one particular area. And until you master that area, only then will you be involved in other aspects of an organization. Here, you have the opportunity to learn everything. Take it, run with it, because having that knowledge base, that experience, that opportunity, will prepare you for anything that you're presented with in life. So with that, congratulations, and then, of course, I'd like to take this opportunity. Ashley, I wish you all the best. I wish all of the members their best. But Ashley, you cannot get a business card from Miss Jennifer, okay? All right? You know you have a place waiting for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smalls. Now we're going to have Dr. Hunter Garrison from COG Restore to give some brief remarks.
Good morning, everybody. They were not kidding about these lights. They are pretty bright. So first off, I just want to thank Ms. Trevia and, of course, Dr. Dixon for inviting me to speak. I was admittedly nervous, but also honored to have the opportunity to do so, so thank you. I just want to tell you guys a little bit about myself and what brought me to the beautiful Virgin Islands that most of you have called home for your entire lives. So I'm a doctor of physical therapy, like they mentioned. I started out as just a staff physical therapist, and it was actually my first job out of PT school. I had visited St. Croix and just fell in love from the first time I visited and thought, if not now, when? So I moved here, and that was 3.5 years ago, and kind of similar to the speaker before me said, I was planning on being here 2 years, and then 3, and now 4, and I don't really know, maybe forever, we'll see. I kind of love it here. So after about 9 months of working as a staff physical therapist, I had the opportunity to start managing our physical therapy office here in St. Croix. And then as of February, I started managing our office in St. Thomas as well. So I do travel between the islands. And it's been really nice to see, of course, the similarities in the Virgin Island culture, but even the differences between each island. When I describe the Virgin Islands to people who have never been here, I am always amazed at how each island has its own unique personality. That was probably the most surprising thing to me when I started to travel to St. Thomas. Like they mentioned, I do work at COG Restore, so it's an orthopedic physical therapy office. We do also have occupational therapy. Sarah, I'll find you after. And yeah, so I can very vividly remember when Ms. Trevia started calling me. I unintentionally was not easy to get a hold of, but she was persistent and did not give up. Eventually we were able to get in touch, and she told me a little bit about what they were hoping to do in placing an intern at our office in St. Croix. I love to help develop and nurture young professionals and their goals and help teach them for whatever comes next in their life. So I said, all right, can she start Monday? And things went from there. This was my first experience with the LIFT program. I actually had not heard of it until Ms. Trevia called me, so I was definitely eager for the opportunity. So I can confidently say that this program has definitely made a lasting impression and something that I definitely hope to be able to work with in the future. Right off the bat, I was sent the potential intern's resume, set up an interview with her, and just from a brief interaction within the first couple minutes of speaking to the intern, I could just tell that her and I had so much in common, and the placement could not have been more perfect for both of us. We both had similar interests in sports and human anatomy, and ultimately the road that led us to being interested in physical therapy in the first place. So as soon as our LIFT intern started, she was the employee we never knew we needed. She was always the first to jump up and volunteer. I couldn't even get the sentence out of my mouth. I would be like, can you? And she'd be like, yes, I can. And she would go do it. She already knew what I needed. She anticipated not only the needs of me, but the other therapists that work in our office as well. And she always had a smile on her face, even if it was behind the mask, and a positive attitude that was very contagious to the staff and the patients alike. She showed initiative, which is the most important quality to me and my employees. She showed ambition, and ultimately she showed great professionalism. She was dependable, and all of these qualities, I could go on for another 10 minutes just talking about all of the wonderful things that she brought to our office. There were some slow afternoons in the clinic, and she had the opportunity to hear my thoughts on a few things, including college basketball, Woo Pig Suey, Rodney, I'm a University of Arkansas graduate, boy bands, we had a few discussions about that, but ultimately professionalism as well. So as I mentioned, as a manager, one of my main goals for any employee who works under my management is to help them develop skills that will benefit them in the future. So while I obviously would like to retain our employees, I also realize that for some people, my office might be a stepping stone to whatever's next in this instance with our intern. So whether it's communication skills, implementation of making things more efficient with the different strategies or time management, my hope is to just cultivate those professional attributes and create a conducive learning environment despite the age or the aspirations of whatever employee is working with us. And that's one of the main reasons why I was so eager to participate in the LIFT program as a potential placement, because as soon as I learned about their mission, I just knew this is an awesome opportunity, of course, for the community, the interns, and our office as well. So the LIFT program is doing exactly all of those things that I mentioned that are my main goals and values as a manager, so I was, of course, eager to participate. I could just really echo everything that everyone has said up here already. The LIFT program is teaching the youth of the Virgin Islands how to navigate in what can be a very foreign and very intimidating environment in the professional world. I wish I had had preparation like this when I was your age. And so just to see those things being implemented is just so awesome to see as a member of the Virgin Islands community now. So from resume composition to interview preparation, the LIFT program is setting the young people of the Virgin Islands up for success in the professional world, and I'm just, again, very thankful to be able to participate in such a program. Thank you again to Trevia and Dr. Dixon for allowing me and COG Restore to participate in such a rewarding program for the community of the Virgin Islands. And then one more thing, I would like to give a special thanks to Miss Aaliyah Frontal. I know she was probably hoping that I wasn't gonna call her out during this speech because she does not like attention. She's very humble, very kind, wonderful young lady. But she was an intern who was placed with us, and she made such a positive impact, not only on our staff, but also on the patients alike. And she deserves a shout out and so much more. And we can't say thank you enough. We'll see you when you're home for Christmas break.
Thank you, Dr. Garrison. Now I'm going to ask Lieutenant Governor, Commissioner Gabriel, Commissioner Malloy, our Assistant Commissioner and Legal Counsel to join me to the front, Director Sebastian, and we'll ask our keynote speaker also to join us for the presentation of certificates. So I'm now going to turn it over to Ms. Trevia Farrell, our LIFT coordinator.
Good morning, everyone. Protocol being established, I would just like to say thank you so much for this opportunity to be with such awesome young professionals. I'm so glad to have networked with each and every one of you. I really hope that in the future I can call y'all if I need you. So I just want to say thank you, and I just want to say congratulations and best of luck in all your future endeavors. So I just want to bring to the front first and foremost Ms. Ashley Martinez, who worked with Territory Hospital Redevelopment Team. The photo. Over here. Then I have Miss Kayla Williams, the intern at Beeston Hill Health and Wellness. Next, we have Ms. Justice Vera from Lime Tree Bay Terminals. And I just want to point out to her and the other students that Lime Tree Bay has already made it very clear to us that if positions open in the future, they want you to return and come back and make all the big money. Next we have Mr. Joshua Paris, I'm sorry, who interned at Public Works. I'll leave it down. Next, we have Ms. Jenna Kanageta that works with Department of Health with our epidemiologists. And Jenna will be traveling to Spain, but we hope that she returns and works. Oh, she'll be teaching there for a year. Awesome. Congratulations. Next, we have Miss Jamie Colbert Williams, who worked at the Governor Juan F. Louis Hospital with our pharmacists. Next, we have Miss Kiana Garib, who worked at the Frederickstead Health Clinic, Healthcare Inc. And I just want to point out as well that Kiana will be graduating next spring, and Frederickstead Healthcare has actually asked that she return upon graduation to work. We have Miss Michaela Smith, who worked with Omni Systems, who has actually been offered a position, and we hope that she accepts. Okay. Next, we have Miss Nafisa King, who interned at the Governor Juan F. Louis Hospital within the laboratory. And I just want to point out that she has expressed to me that when she completes her training hours, they hope to onboard her to the laboratory. Oh, I'm sorry. Just want to recognize Miss Regina Lang. She's not here today, but just want to say congratulations to her. She graduated with myself with her BSN. She was working at the Governor Juan F. Louis Hospital, and she will be joining the graduate program coming in the fall. Next, we have Mr. Tariq Malloy, who interned at the Sports Park and Recreation. Next, we have Mr. Rodney Griffin, who interned with the Virgin Islands Economic Development Authority. I just want to say Mr. Griffin is actually pursuing his master's, so we just want to say big congratulations to him, and also we hope to see that PhD very soon. Oh, forgot, he's the track star. Can't forget him, and also Miss Michaela Smith, who actually came back from Ireland, and she came with a third place. So just want to say congratulations to both of them. Want to welcome Mr. Abdallah, who worked with the Lime Tree Bay Terminal. And again, I'm going to acknowledge Lime Tree Bay wants you guys back as soon as positions are open. They are ready for you guys. We have Miss Anise Lester, who worked with Mr. Daniel Matarangas King at the Department of Justice. And last but not least, we have Miss Alea Frontel that worked with COG Restore. And I know you guys heard Dr. Garrison says she hopes to see her this Christmas, so. Congratulations to everyone, thank you. Oh yeah, sure. Just also want to recognize some other students that are not present. We have Miss Vivica Edwards, who actually graduated with her bachelor's, that is actually returned to the stateside to work. We also have Miss Vanikwa Edwards, who also returned for school. We have Miss Kathy. Oh, sorry. Vivica was at Lime Tree Bay Terminals. Vanika was at the Acute Alternative Center. We also have Miss Kathy Platt, who was at the Sugar Mill Veterinary. She's actually returning to school so that she can finish up and return to veterinary school. And last but not least, we have Michael, who's actually at a conference representing the territory. And he's at the office of the governor with the communications team. As you guys can see, I hate public speaking. So now we're gonna go ahead and move forward with the supervisors that have collaborated with us. Just wanna say thank you to Ms. Terry Lynch at the Governor Juana Fleury Hospital. She's unable to make it, but we just wanna send a thank you. We have Mr. Leonor Cedeno from the Governor Juana Fleury Hospital as well. Mr. Richard Mota Jr. from the Office of the Governor's Communications Team. Ms. Renee Haynes Hansen from the Sports Park and Recreation. We have Mr. Daryl Smalls from the Territorial Hospital Redevelopment Team. Next, we have Mr. Ian Tomlinson. We have Ms. Shannon Tonin from Beeston Hill Health and Wellness. She told me that she's unable to make it due to travels, but she just want to send thank you and let Kayla know that she is so proud and so honored to have worked with you. We have Ms. Meredith Prince from Lime Tree Bay Terminals. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. My apologies. I got your last name last time. We have Miss Erica Parson from Line 3 Bay Terminals. Next, we have Ms. Christine Lett from the Office of the Governor. Ms. Avril George, the Assistant Commissioner of Public Works. Next, we have Ms. Lydia Rivera from the Virgin Islands Public Works. Next, we have Mr. Haldor Fakwa from the Virgin Islands Department of Public Works. We have Ms. Lashana McBean de Cabret. She's here. We have Ms. Kim Jerome from Acute Alternative. Just want to say thank you to Ms. Jerome for your continued partnership with LIFT. And we also want to let you know that she is very pleased with Ms. Vanikwa Edwards and wish that she was graduating so she can return. Next, we have Dr. Jandai Richards from the Department of Health, the epidemiologist. Next, we have Dr. Hunter Garrison from the COG Restore. Oh, you're gonna go for her? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't get to meet everybody in person. Just want to say thank you to Dr. Garrison. She did not want to do this speech, you guys. She was so nervous. I had to coach her, tell her, Dr. Garrison, we need you to do this. You've made such an impact on Aaliyah. We need you. So just want to say thank you for her to agreeing and giving such an awesome speech. Thank you. And next we have Miss Keisha Otley, who's also here with her today. Is she here? No? Okay, well, I'm sorry. Oh, she's here. We have to recognize everyone. Next, we have Mr. Daniel Matarangas King from the Department of Justice.
By the way, we want Ms. Lester back next year.
Oh, did you hear that? We want you back.
And we want to hold my job for her when she's finished with all.
Awesome. We also want to welcome the staff from Fredericksdale Healthcare. We have Ms. Norma Hassel, Mr. Rodney Kidd, and Ms. Renisha Joseph. We just want to say thank you. I don't think they're here today. So just want to send a special thank you to you guys for hosting Kiana and giving her such an awesome experience. And we hope she returns upon graduation. Next we have last but not least, some awesome staff here from the Department of Labor, who processed over 800 NOPAs to make sure everyone was paid this summer. Miss Patricia Canagesa and Miss Vanessa Willie. Thank you guys.
Yes, you should.
Okay, I'm sorry. We actually have two more individuals. We have Miss Mariba Jacobs from Department of Justice. And we also have Miss Ayana Rodney from the Economic Development Authority. I don't think she's here today, but just want to send a special recognition to her just for taking on Rodney and giving him such an exceptional experience.
So there's a few more recognition we wanted to give. Two businesses on St. Croix that partnered with us to do a 50% cost share. We want to thank you, Lime Tree Bay Terminals. If you can both come. So when we cost share, we are able to spread the money around to give more interns opportunities. So we really want to thank you. We also want to recognize Omni Systems, who also cost share. We're so happy that Michaela was offered an opportunity to continue with them, and I know she will be accepting. Yes. We also want to recognize Mr. Kevin Williams Sr., who was one of our panelists for our panel discussion, a former LIF intern who came back and spoke to our students. Sure. Also, Mr. Ian Tomlinson, again, he was one of our speakers for our event. He gave the students a really good presentation on how he was able to, climb the ladder in his field. So we just definitely want to thank you for your time. And someone close and dear to me who I known from college days, Miss Anaya Lord Jerris. I want to thank you for everything you do. Every time we call her, she helps us advertise the program. She works at the university. She's done presentations for us time and time again, resume workshops, interview workshops. She just does everything, even invites us to our events so we could advertise the program. So we really appreciate everything you do. And even though he's not here, I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Eric Willie. He was also a panelist who came back and spoke to our students. And he graduated with me from high school, and we graduated college together and everything. And today's his birthday, so I just want to give him a shout out. And Dr. Erica Willie too. Today's her birthday also. So thank you guys. So the next thing on the program is the elevator pitch competition announcement. Last year we started to do this. We told the interns the importance of having an elevator pitch, making a first impression. So we asked the interns to create a video and submit it of them having the elevator pitch, and we had a great prize, and so we're gonna have the winner be announced right now.
Did you know that this is called a lift in England? Oh, since we're on the topic of lift, I am a lift intern. My name is Kiana Garib and I'm a senior at the University of the Virgin Islands, and I'm pursuing my Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I decided to participate in the lift program to expand my patient-centered care skills. Currently, the Virgin Islands is suffering from a nursing shortage, and I believe my skills within the healthcare field could benefit the Virgin Islands. Oh, got to go with that.
Congratulations, Kiana. We had a wonderful team of evaluators, Ms. Erica Passon, Ms. Anaya Lord, Christine Lett, Sidek Roberts, Sheila Solomon. So it was a really group of professionals who went through this, so thank you. So now we're gonna have Ms. Director of Youth and Apprenticeship, Ms. Shanika Sebastian.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon. Good. Is it still morning? Good. It's afternoon now. We started at morning, but definitely an awesome program. Good afternoon to all. Every year, our LIFT program exceeds the previous year. Definitely based on the testimonies you've heard today from our interns, the testimonies you've heard from our employers, definitely shows the impact of this LIFT program. So that's 33 years of impact, but every year the impact becomes more significant. So interns, this is your time. We're here to celebrate you. Stand up again. Okay, thank you. Congratulations on completing your internship. Today, we celebrate you. As you embark upon your journey, I wish you nothing but success. You deserve only the best, and I assure you that your experience in this LIFT program will help you and direct you through your career path and define your purpose in life. We are proud of what you have accomplished. Know that our doors will always, always be open. So congratulations again. You can have a seat. Thank you to all our participating businesses, agencies, organizations, guest speakers, our keynote speaker for today's event. Without you, our program cannot be successful. It takes a combination effort for us to be successful with these programs. Thank you, Dr. Dixon, Trivia Farrell, and running an awesome 2022 LIFT program. Dr. Dixon joined our team last year, and he's done a phenomenal job of bringing his creativity, his innovation to the program. So he has helped actually lift the program even higher. Our youth team, stand up, along with Dr. Dixon and Ms. Farrell. Let's go, team. Dr. Dixon, I need you to stand up too. I would like you to give these individuals a round of applause. Without them, we can't make what we make happen. And lastly, Commissioner, I'd like you to stand up as well. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all you do. Commissioner has always been a support of the youth team. We could go to him at any time, and he supports our efforts, and he provides, as Kevin said, a blank check. Thank you guys for joining us here this afternoon.
Thank you, Director Sebastian. We also want to recognize you for your vision and for leading the team and challenging us, so we appreciate all the support you give. So now we're going to have the Honorable Tregenza A. Roach, Esquire, to give remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon. Thank you for such a warm welcome. You may be seated. Good afternoon. So I'll start with Commissioner Malloy. To Commissioner Malloy and his wonderful staff at the Department of Labor, Director Sebastian, Dr. Dixon, Ms. Farrell, the youth team, good morning to our wonderful keynote speaker, to the other members of the Governor's Cabinet that I see here, Commissioner Gabriel, at one point I saw Commissioner Evangelista, and to all of the members of our government, I was going to say Dr. Christian, who have provided this wonderful opportunity for our young people this year. And I want to say a special thank you on behalf of Governor Bryan. He had to travel to St. Thomas this morning, and I happened to be here, so today we're in the reverse. And he would like me as well to extend his congratulations to the interns and to the partners who helped to make this happen by providing these wonderful opportunities for our young people. When you are moving between the districts, you really wish that everybody could be together at one time and get the benefit of all the remarks that are made, because sometimes there are things said in one activity that you would like to share with others. Yesterday, for instance, Dr. Christian Hendrickson was referenced by one of the interns, and she is distinguished as, her daughter is sitting right there, Attorney Christian Hendrickson. She's distinguished as being, I think, the first female practicing physician in the territory, native, right? And one of the quotes that was shared from the intern from Dr. Christian was, it's not so much about seeking your path in life, but creating it. And I think that message was echoed brilliantly by our keynote speaker, Jennifer Madarangas-King. And it is, to me, a source of great inspiration, because life isn't this straight path. It's a meandering path. And so many have shared how this has occurred. I'm going to call you Dr. King, Madarangas-King now. That's what I was going to say. And I was happy that she was here because even though it was many years, a few years ago, see, I'm checking myself every time. Even though it was a few years ago, she made observations about the difference in the program today versus then. And I'm calling everybody doctor today, Director Sebastian echoed the same message. And it's an important message because it really goes to show the investment of the society in young people, that every year these opportunities increase and get better for our young people. And I only wanted to share three perspectives. And the first is, I want our young people to realize that not everybody shares that sentiment. Some people want to say, well, I had to work hard, for mine. Everybody should have to work hard for theirs. And I encountered that same kind of attitude when I brought up the idea of free entry to our university when I was at the university. And I had people who were PhDs question and say things like, well, who's going to pay us if everybody comes for free? Imagine, at the university. Then I had some other people who questioned, well, how are we going to pay for it as a government? And I would say, well, we pay like $40,000 a year to keep a person in prison, and nobody questions that. We don't even budget for it, right? We don't go out on the street and say, we're not going to arrest you today because we need to budget what it is. We don't really do that, right? So these are some of the ideas you have to bring to people when they think about it. And when we instituted the bill, just yesterday, a lady said to me, she was questioning whether someone in her family would meet the criteria for the free tuition. And I said, there is no income guideline, and I wanted to be sure that there was none. And people say, well, suppose their parents can afford it, shouldn't they pay? This is about the young people. We don't care whether their parents can afford it. We want to remove every barrier for them to be able to access it, right? And that is so critical because it leads me into my next point, which is I want the young people who have experienced this activity to realize that this government, over time, is making significant investments in young people. And sometimes you wonder, can you give too many opportunities? Like last year at the graduations, and I attended them on both St. Croix and St. Thomas and St. John, we had to beg young people to apply for a $1,000 scholarship from the Board of Education that was pretty much guaranteed. All they had to do, literally, was to write a letter to the chairman of the Board of Education speaking about how COVID-19 impacted their educational experience. Literally, that was what was required, and once you submitted that, it was almost guaranteed that you were going to get the $1,000. And we had to beg people to apply. At the same time, you go through the community and you ask young people who are coming out of school, are you going to take advantage of the no tuition entry at the university? And some of them, maybe, some find other reasons why they cannot. And so I just want to encourage you to really take advantage of every opportunity that comes along, because not everybody has this opportunity. And the reason why we are making these investments, is we want our young people to take advantage of them. And somebody made the point, which was a very good one. Young people are going to leave this territory. They're going to leave this territory. If you want to be a nuclear scientist or an astrophysicist or something of the sort, you're not going to stay here. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that we create a climate here that when you want to return, there is opportunity, there is a place for you with regard to career as well as practical things like a path to home ownership as an example, correct? So we welcome you whenever you return, but we also know that our investment in you will enrich the world. Because Virgin Islanders, throughout our history, not just today, have been impacting the world in so many ways. I referenced Dr. Christian. Dr. Christian also has a sister, Barbara Christian, who was renowned for her skills in literary criticism at the university. She was in California, was the University of Southern California, Berkeley, right? And so these are the ways that we have gone out. If you go back to the time when the Virgin Islands was acquired, and people who left these islands, like when you pass that sign and see the Casper Holstein Drive, Casper Holstein left St. Croix and went to the United States and became what would be in today's currency a billionaire. And he helped to found black colleges and universities in the US. He supported artists and writers of the Harlem Renaissance, and he never forgot his home. In time of any storm or any disaster, any catastrophe, he made sure that he poured money into this territory. So when you see that sign, that's who that represents. It's right there by the educational complex. You'll see it, and you'll see another one as you turn onto the drive, right? And so we expect that you will go out and you will do wonderful things. But please remember, this beautiful place that we are privileged to call our home, that it is dependent on you as well to make contributions. And my last point was a reference that was made yesterday to work-life balance, and echoed again to make sure that you like what you do. Making decisions about careers involve much more than money, what a position pays. You should do work that nurtures the spirit, right? And when I listen to this beautiful young lady, Dr. Gray, the occupational therapist, now see, she has to continue sharing that beautiful voice with the world, even as she continues to do her occupational therapy. So feed your passions and share them with us and share them with the world. Again, congratulations. God bless you in every step of your career as you move forward. God bless your parents and all those people who have played a part in supporting you this far. And God bless our home, our beloved Virgin Islands. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Roach, for your thoughtful words always. Now I'm going to have Commissioner Gabriel to give some remarks on behalf of Governor Albert Bryan Jr.
Thank you and good morning. Good afternoon, excuse me. Good afternoon, Lieutenant Governor. Good afternoon, fellow cabinet members. Of course, our keynote speaker, Mrs. Jennifer Matarangas King. Good afternoon to our interns, family and friends, everybody here enjoying this wonderful occasion. So I am here again to offer brief remarks on behalf of the Governor of the United States Virgin Islands, Governor Albert Bryan, who could not be here today. I think he asked me to make remarks because of our entire cabinet. I am probably the closest to your age. So I get to sit and smile about it. I just want to take a moment before I do give some remarks to recognize my team here. Our folks at the Department of Public Works, of course, my Assistant Commissioner, Ms. Avril George, Lydia Rivera, also working in our HR department, and our engineer, Mr. Haldor Farquhar. Thank you for all the work that you did working with Mr. Paris. Mr. Paris, please stand up, if you don't mind. So, Mr. Paris, the reason I asked you to stand is because, like everybody else offering jobs, you know I told you this in the department. I offered you my job. I told you that I think, I encourage you to come for it. Because at the end of the day, you truly are what we want to see, not only at the Department of Public Works, but within our community. You are somebody who is humble, you're hardworking, you're very intelligent, but more importantly, you understand the task at hand and you give it 110%. So thank you, and we look forward to having you again. Like I told you, you're always welcome to work at the Department of Public Works. And to the rest of you that also have these wonderful engineering degrees, construction management, somebody's having a minor in construction management, speak to Mr. Paris. I am an amazing person to work with. I think you guys should definitely enjoy coming to work at the Department of Public Works. But more importantly, of course, our corporate sponsors, you guys have done a phenomenal job also supporting this program. Thank you, because it's not just about the government service that we do, but it truly takes a community. And the private businesses also support our community here. So thank you, of course, Mrs. Matarangas King, for all that you do on a consistent basis. Matarangas, I add in the King, right? Matarangas. So there's just a few things I want to leave with you. As the Lieutenant Governor said, 3 things to me that are very important. First and foremost, interns understand the importance of time. You guys gave a significant amount of your time this summer because you wanted to invest it in your professional career and your advancement. Don't take that lightly. You're going to continuously be asked to invest your time. People will ask you to invest your time in things that maybe you don't want to, and people will be investing their time in you. Take that investment seriously, because once it's gone, it's gone. It's not like a monetary investment or a financial investment that you may be able to recoup at another time. Time is the one thing that once we give it, it is given from the essence of our soul. So please understand that time and take it seriously. Second, Along with time, never be afraid to fail. Never, ever, ever be afraid to take a chance. Some of the greatest inventions we've seen in our society are things that came from a failure of trying to do something else. We talk about it all the time with athletes. We oftentimes see the glory that they get. We oftentimes see when they get to hold up the trophy or they make the game-winning shot. But nobody sees the practice time that they put in and the consistent failures that occur in the privacy of that gym. Never be afraid to fail. I promise you, those failures are only going to be stepping stones to greatness. And always, always, always strive for greatness. And finally, keep your family and your faith at the center of your foundation. Make sure that that is the thing that keeps you grounded. At the end of the day, your parents, your grandparents, cousins, relatives, they have invested time in you throughout your lives. Don't take that lightly. They will continue to be here for you as long as you open yourself to them. Stay grounded, stay humble, but more importantly, stay attuned to your society and your community. Like the Lieutenant Governor said, and we've all said, it's no longer about just the Virgin Islands. It's about the global community that we serve. You can be wherever and still working to improve your home. So always make sure that you keep your home at the center of your foundation, but most importantly, your family and your faith. I promise you, if you do take at least a small bit of that advice, you'll continue to achieve great things. Again, thank you very much. We appreciate you. We look forward to having you back here in the community. We look forward to the great things that you will continue to achieve at Mr. Paris. I'm looking forward to working for you one day. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Gabriel. As we've come to the end of the program, it's been a really good experience just to reflect on what the interns have said. I really hope that each and every one of you had a great time and a great experience. Like we said, we're always here for you. We want to thank all those who made this possible today, from Government House to Media One to Sarah Gray, Dr. Sarah Gray, Ms. Colleen Liebert, Josephine Thomas Lewis. We just want to say thank you. So as we come to the end, we're going to have Jamie Colbert Williams to give our benediction.
Good afternoon. Please bow your heads and close your eyes. The Lord be with you. Let us pray. Almighty God, we praise you for the awesome God that you are. You are a God of love, for this we praise you. You are a God of compassion, for this we praise you. You are a God of guidance, for this we praise you. We ask for your continued blessings upon those who work so diligently to make this program a successful one, such as Honorable Governor Albert Bryan Jr., Honorable Lieutenant Governor Tregenza Roach, Vice President of Public Relations Jennifer Matarangas King, Territorial Project Coordinator Dr. Kevin Dixon, LIFT Coordinator Ms. Trevia Farrell, Commissioner of Labor Gary Malloy, and all the staff of Department of Labor. We also extend appreciation to all the interns of the LIFT program. We are grateful for the blessings that we received as a result of our participation in the program. And, O Lord, we trust that as a result of our participation, that with the help of God, we all are now better equipped to become productive persons in our community. Continue to bless those who have spoken kind words and rendered advice to us, and we pray that you will continue to guide them along their paths in life. As we leave for our individual destinations, we ask that you go before us to show us the way. You go above us to watch over us. You go within us to give us peace. I would also like to bless the refreshments. Heavenly Father, when you created us, you also gave us what we need to sustain ourselves. We thank you for such provision and ask that you bless the refreshments before us and the hands that prepared it. We pray that it will nourish our bodies, and we will be mindful of those who are less fortunate than we are, and remember to share when we have an opportunity to do so. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, everyone. Please enjoy the refreshments. If all the interns could come to the front to get a group picture.